everyone. Thanks for joining us for another Shots Fired sit down with the Feathered Mafia. Stuart's losing his crap right now because it has been a really, really, really long 2 weeks.
It was a really long day.
Yeah, it was a very long day. It was an extremely long ass day. In fact, I'm still sitting in mud covered clothes.
Yes, you are.
And suspenders,
right? Because
that's what I wear when we bird hunt, just
that's
like Papa Ron used to.
Just like Papa Ron.
And tonight's episode is all about adaptation.
Yes, it is.
So we started over a week ago, a week and a day ago from today.
Yeah.
And I started out on a 2-day bird hunt.
Yeah.
And then I had a day off. You were out with one of our best longtime clients. His name is Mitch.
Yeah.
And so you were out that morning.
Yeah.
I got dogs around. I took care of things here at the place.
You did. Took care of the kennels, got everything ready to go.
Got the dogs ready to go. And then we went out to Goodland, which everybody saw what we had there.
Right.
And, puppy dogs did really great. There was a couple of moments when you and I quite didn't do what we needed to do.
No, but all in all,
yeah, we did very well.
The dogs finished where I thought they would for this time of the year.
Exactly. And, you and I are still knocking a little rust off, which brings it into what we're talking about today, which is adaptation.
I don't have any rust.
Oh, you knocked a little off. I saw it.
I got WD-40. I'm good.
Hey, little panther grease never hurt anybody.
That's right.
We came back from the dog trial. Mm-hmm. We all had Monday off.
I didn't. I had to go to regular work. So
and so did I, and so did Crystal.
Right.
And then we came back and we had a 3-day hunt, which our buddy from No Fly Zone, David, came up.
That's right, David Lovato.
That's right, and he helped us out.
He did. Brought his 3 dogs in.
Yep.
Actually, 2 of his dogs, one of his buddy's dogs.
Yep.
So had Winnie, which was John's dog that you guys all met through the video that we did out there at Goodland with the No Fly Zone.
Yep.
And then we had Bruno.
Yep.
And we had
Dietz.
That was the other dog.
Yep.
Dietz.
So he came out, helped us out for a couple of days, had a client who absolutely loves to hunt behind short hairs.
That's right.
And, David and his team are huge on short hairs.
Yeah.
And then so they finished up, and then right behind them we had a 2-person group, which did something that we are no longer doing.
Right.
So we had a pheasant hunt.
Yes.
And then we had a waterfowl hunt.
Yes.
And then we were supposed to have a waterfowl hunt.
Yeah.
And then another pheasant hunt.
Right. So that's what we're talking about, adaptation. All right. So we got like 2.5, 3 inches of rain last night, and the roads going to where we were. The roads were simply impassable this morning. I mean, Brett was doing the best he could do for driving, and still we got stuck in the middle of the road.
I've been stuck before.
Yeah, well, he was stuck in the middle of the road.
I've never been stuck in the middle of a road before.
So we were on clay-based roads. He got stuck. Us and the hunters got out, stripped a whole bunch of grass out of the middle of the ditch, threw them underneath the tires, got the truck spun back around, got pulled out of there, went and checked on a couple other spots to go and hunt, and those weren't panning out. So I turned to the guys and I said, hey, I tell you what, let's head back into town. You guys switch gear around. And they had planned on a half-day hunt doing waterfowl. I said, let's just do a half-day hunt of pheasant hunts. Yep. And the guys were cool with it. One of the guys in the group has been here with me several times back in the day when I guided turkey hunts, and he was like, whatever you want to do, Stu, we'll do. So we went out, did some pheasant hunting in the morning, and killed some birds, seen a lot of birds, actually. And the old man actually got to kill one because Brett, unmistakably asked me to go with him this morning.
It was not a mistake, everyone. I love it when Stuart's out in the field with me. He's got a lot of knowledge. He says to everyone that his eyes are not as good as they used to be, but that's one of the things that he and I have to agree to disagree on.
Well, the one eye's really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It was a great experience today.
Well, the big thing is that when I get to go out there with him, I get to wear loafers and I just block. And when he gets the birds up and they come my way, then I shoot them and I kill them, like I did today, by the way.
We spend a lot of time during the season getting birds up and watching them fly to our neighbors' properties. And,
correct.
Sometimes having that extra body, a.k.a. the guy who kills everything. It's really... Well,
I did my job today.
That you did.
The one bird that came my way...
One bird?
One shot.
Bam.
And he was dead.
Absolutely.
And my little Misty Mist went out and found it for me and brought it to me.
That's it. That's it.
But that's the whole deal about adaptation. You just got to be able to, whether it's a dog trial, whether it's hunting, upland, whether it's hunting waterfowl, whatever you're hunting, all right? You got to look at the weather. You got to look at conditions, what you can do, what you can't do. You've got to be able to adapt to that. Even dogs and dog training. A dog throws you something sideways in the training that you haven't seen before. You've got to think that through. You got to adapt to that. Look at it, understand what it is there. We had some instances happen today in the field that even with one of our most experienced dogs, we had some instances with her. We came home, we kind of, put her in the box, so to speak, and let her just chill out for the day. We went out and spent some time with our clients this afternoon after lunch and came back in, told Brett, I said, this is what we're going to do for Loki, this is what we're going to do for Cree, and got them out, worked with them a little bit, changed some tactics with them, adapted to what they were giving us, and 100%. We got you started to get the results that you wanted to get.
I did.
Out of the dogs.
The purpose of this episode of Shots Fired is to talk about adaptation throughout the hunting experience.
Yes.
Whether that be in the field every day, field trials, dog training, shooting, which we haven't covered yet, and then the mental mindset behind all of those things and what you have to do. So we had, not only did we have in the last week, have we had a dog trial, have we had a client out here who required us to bring some outside sources in to give them the experience that they wanted. And then today, adapting to weather conditions. We had something that we have not talked about on here, and that is adaptation of, you talked about a little bit, Godfather, but adaptation of a dog, and when you're running multiple dogs at one time, the willing to be adaptive to what the dogs are showing you. So I had a very emotional day yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I got to see a puppy dog, two puppy dogs that I have known since they were that big. And I got to watch a father, and this is, we talked about synergy before with the, young guys and then the mentors, and and I got to see that in our pack this week.
You did.
I got to watch Thor hand the baton to Cree,
his daughter
this week.
That's right.
And that was emotional.
Yeah.
That was unbelievably emotional for me.
Yeah.
Thor is an alpha retriever,
Mm-hmm.
and Kree is kind of taking the back seat to that.
Yeah.
And she's known her job is to go out, and I help my dad find the birds, and
Right.
I find a few on my own, but my job's to help my dad.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it was to watch that baton getting handed, and seeing that dynamic change.
Well, it's kind of interesting you mentioned that, because it's kind of like me handing the baton out to you.
It is, and you know what? I think that was some of the emotional part of it.
Well, but here's the whole deal. He's an older dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an older man. Okay? And my son only follows in my footsteps.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So, I think he finally said, it's just time to turn it loose.
Mm-hmm.
Let her do her thing. Let her shine. Let her be the person the dog. Yep. And I say person because I treat all the dogs like they're people anyway. So,
absolutely.
But let her be the dog that she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And, he just kind of, as Brett said, looked at me and said, it's her show. I'm going to take a back seat. I'll back her up. I'll take care of her. I'll cover her when I need to cover her. But it's her time to run the show. And, maybe he's following in his dad's footsteps. Who knows?
And that's highly possible. And within that adaptation and in that transition,
mm-hmm.
Just like there has been with you and I,
right?
There's a few little hiccups.
There's always going to be a hiccup,
and we just got to figure out how to move above and beyond those hiccups.
Yeah, move forward.
Which tonight, in our backyard training,
yes,
we figured some of that out.
We did.
And it's funny how a little bit of tone,
a
little bit of inflection,
yes,
and just a little bit of quote unquote attitude change.
Gratitude too.
Yeah, well, all of our attitudes. We're in a. It's not just the dogs right now.
No.
It is you and I and Mom right now.
That is correct.
That's why this episode, when we came in today from the field, and we went over to the to the body of water west of us, and we drove around with our clients, and we were hanging out, and I said, I figured it out. Yeah. And you looked at me and you're like, figured out what? And I said, I figured out the topic for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I said adaptation.
Yeah.
Because that's what all of this is about.
Right.
The dogs are adapting. We're adapting. You guys didn't get to see it, but our doubles run at NAGDA was a extremely frustrating experience for both of us.
Well, let's put it this way. It was like the Wild Wild West without Annie Oakley and Bill Hickok.
Yeah, it was insane. But after this week, and seeing what happened when I put those two on the ground together, and just those two, and seeing what happened, it has been. It's a changing of the guard.
It is.
Ace is no longer with us.
Not on the guiding side.
Not on the guiding side. He's still alive. He's still doing well. He's always going to trial with us until his body won't let him do it anymore.
Right.
But Thor ran the field.
Mm-hmm.
Kree found the birds.
Mm-hmm.
And Ace retrieved the birds.
Right. That's what it was like for the last 2-3 years. Now.
Right. And
or 4 years.
So we've removed part of that formula because Ace retired.
Right.
And without Ace in the field,
that's a whole new dynamic.
It's a brand new dynamic. We're having to figure it out.
You're having.
I'm having to figure it out with your help.
Correct.
when I get home and telling you everything that's going on.
That's because I'm the dog psychologist.
You are definitely the dog psychologist. I'm just the guy who beats feet.
Well, you beat your own feet.
Yeah, true story. Oh, I've been beating feet for
Brett
7 days.
Brett is beat up. The only thing that keeps him going is ibuprofen and beer. I'm just
nicotine
and nicotine
and nicotine.
Yeah,
but
Copenhagen beer and ibuprofen. That's the only thing that keeps him going.
But I got an Energizer today though, because my wife and my 2 daughters came up here to bring some paper up for the puppy dogs and to see me.
Yeah, the excuse was the paper, but I think they actually felt sorry for you, so they decided they better come up and see you.
Well, that's probably accurate.
Well, true, because, you were over on the couch and you were playing with her hair, and I don't think she liked that too much.
I did that to piss her off.
Right. But anyway, got to see the kids, and Brecklin was playing the guitar with one of our hunting clients today who plays guitar, and they were in here having a little jam session in the middle of the living room, and it was good. It was
great.
It was great, except for Brecklin needs to work on her voice a little bit because she's just a little off key.
Yeah, she needs to project a little bit. That's for sure.
Like I told you, when she wasn't listening, she would look great for the American Idol bloopers.
I am leaving that in this video, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm not cutting that out.
I would. I'd leave it and then show her the video, because then she'll hate me forever.
Oh, she won't hate you.
But anyway, this adaptation we're talking about, it involves everything that goes into shooting, sports, hunting, dogs training, hunting. I mean, all of that. It encompasses all that. Every day we wake up, we're going to go hunting. Say we're going to go duck hunting. Say we got a snowstorm that hit. So how do you adapt to that? Do you drive through the blizzard or through the snow to get to the hole? Or do you wait till the sun comes up, figure out what you got to deal with, then you go out?
We've done them both.
We have. And I have.
Yep. You've done it a heck of a lot more than I have.
I have. And, when it comes to the dogs, okay, where are we at with the dogs? What are they doing? Every pack changes as every dog gets a little older.
Yep.
And decides that, it's time for me to turn the reins over to somebody else. All right. And when that happens, it happens. And each dog knows their part in the pack, and they know where they're at. Okay. And then, it's kind of like shooting, like sporting play, shooting feet test, shooting 5-stand. When you get on the stand, you see the target one way, you shoot it. Maybe you don't break the target, so you have to adapt to what the target is doing. You have to change your method of approach to shooting it, to breaking it. So it is. But it also transpires over just to everyday life. All right.
Agreed.
So, you have one of those days like Brett had today. I'm just going to be upfront about everything. He might get mad at me, and he'll probably edit half of it. Who knows? But
doubtful.
We get stuck in the middle of the road. All right. Everybody bails out of the truck. We start grabbing grass. We start working. We're trying to study things, see what's going on. I mean, we're in clay that's like 7 inches thick. I actually took my shoes off and just put my waders on because I was more comfortable in them, and I knew sooner or later I'd get the mud off of them. But we were all packing like 40 pounds of mud on our feet.
Yeah.
And everybody, Brett's frustrated, but the 3 old guys, we're not frustrated. We're just kind of dealing with it and working through the problem and all that kind of stuff. That's where old and youth is a difference.
True story.
So finally, we got the truck turned back around, going the right direction instead of the wrong direction, and drove out of the hole, got up there, we got everything done. We had clients, but the hunters back into town, get them to the hotel, told them to switch everything over to go pheasant hunting, and we get back to the house, and Brett's still hopping mad. I mean, he's just mad. He's mad about what happened and everything else. And I told him, I said, it is what it is. It just happens. And then he looked at his godmother and he said, I need a hug. And before Crystal gave him a hug, she looked at him and she goes, Brett, it just is what it is. Don't worry about it. Just move on. Gave him a hug, and he was fine after that. And then we had to go deal with the dog stuff in the field.
Yep.
So, but you just have to adapt to every situation that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, after we looked at everything, we knew there wasn't going to be any possibility of doing any really good duck hunting.
I think they were tickled pink when we told them we were going to take a pheasant hunt.
I said to them, hey, we were going to hunt half a day today anyway. We're still going to have lunch at the house. I said, let's just go do some pheasant hunting in the morning. And they had a ball. They absolutely had a ball.
Yeah.
Good guys. I mean,
great
they're
guys.
from Arkansas, so what can you say?
You can't say anything bad.
All of our hunters that come out of Arkansas, I absolutely have no problems with. Now,
that's right.
Some of those that come from California, we might have a problem with. But I don't have any coming out of California, so we're good that way.
Yet.
Well,
I'll tell you what, after the hunts that we took David on, it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't get some of our nag to California people out here.
Well, I might have to charge them double.
I doubt you do that.
Just do that. Just be on the honor side.
Yeah.
So remember something as you guys are going through the season. Whether it's shooting season, dog training season, hunting season, whatever that may be, look at what's going on around you. I mean, really look at it. And understand that there's going to be some times when you just need to adapt to whatever situation is thrown at you. And it's the same way in life. I mean, just everyday life is that way.
Absolutely.
But it's the same way when you're shooting, when you're hunting, when you're dog training or working dogs. And so remember that. Mm-hmm. Just look at everything around you, and if you've got to change or adapt to a situation that's going on, then do those things, because at the end of the day, it's going to make you a lot more successful.
I hate to be cliche here, but to quote one of my favorite all-time football movies, Any Given Sunday, life is about inches. And
that is true.
And you're talking about sporting clays.
Yeah.
If you're a quarter inch, half inch behind that bird, you break the back half.
Right.
If you're an inch and a quarter behind that bird, you don't break it.
Yeah.
If you're an inch and a quarter ahead of that bird, you don't break it.
Right.
If you're an inch and a quarter back, you turn it into complete powder.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that gorgeous little black poof in the air. This morning, if I am 12 inches higher on the road, maybe we make it to the hole.
Oh no, you need to be 4 feet.
Yeah, okay. But it life is about a game of inches. No matter how you look at it. And it's about being willing to adapt to those situations. Mm-hmm. And when you do adapt to those situations, accepting the facts that the result may not be what you wanted the result to be.
That's true.
But learning how to go with what is given to you, adapt to the situation, make the best out of that situation. Mm-hmm. That is what truly defines success.
It does. It does.
So we've had a really long few days. I'm wore the hell out.
Yes, you are.
Mom is probably wore the heck out of me being here.
No, she's trying not to get sick.
That's I know. I know. And you, whether or not you will admit it or not, I can see it in your eyes.
What?
Yeah, you're getting wore out.
Nah, I'm just old.
Yeah, well, I can tell. It's all of the stress of everything that's gone on over the last 10 days.
Yes, but the interesting part about that is I just keep going.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's what we do, right? Like
we're like the Energizer Bunny.
We just got to keep pushing forward.
Just put the Ever-Ready in us and keep us going.
Yep. Just got to keep clawing, biting, scratching.
Right.
And we go forward.
Like we've always said, this life is not for everybody.
It's not, and you gotta relish it. You got to relish
You gotta
in
relish
the
and
pain.
love it. Yeah, you gotta enjoy the pain.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't, you're not going to make it.
No.
So, well, with that, Godfather, I hate to admit it, but I'm just about out of fun tokens.
Oh, you left your phone tokens on the road this morning.
I did. I left my fun tokens out on the road.
He spilled the whole bag in the middle of the road. I'm not joking. They were like all over the road, and then when we were done, they were still sitting in the road when we drove by them.
Yeah, true story.
You know?
True
but
story.
Also, remember, keep your powder dry.
Thanks, everyone.
This isn't even a BAU case.